And what's your new realisation?
That none of that shit matters. So, yeah.
It's awesome. Awesome. Trace?
It was a bit of a emotional morning. I got, as we now call it, atomized. But I think my huge limiting beliefs are that I have so many thoughts going on in my head, tell myself so many stories, worry so much about what other people are thinking of me, to the point that I just can't put myself out there, really. And it's probably through lots of my own stuff of not being good enough. I think I really, on the surface, like Katie was saying, it's like, yeah, I really want team, and why aren't I getting it? And just, but when I really get honest, it's like, I don't think I know that I now know that I actually really am scared of actually getting a team, because I think, holy shit, am I going to be able to do it? What if I let someone down? What if I don't do a good job? What if I can't give them enough? But so, like, I actually putting all that out there, which is then blocking me being able to really attract team, I guess. And so I, yeah, it was full on. I was very drained. I did then go and put a few new I am statements on my mirror in my bathroom. I direct messaged 10 people. And
Awesome.
I did cry a lot for the rest of the day, actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was really, it was good though, because I'm in front of 20 people that I don't really know very well. I've told them something that I, probably wouldn't only really tell Tanika. So and I've decided that I'm going to drop a day at work, I think.
Wow.
And I think I've decided, but I think that's got to happen, because I need more time to do this, and I think I can see what I could get out of it, and not just in monetary wealth, but for myself. And I'm really scared,
Yeah.
but excited, and I'm still crying, but that's okay.
Your husband.
And my
awesome.
husband, yeah.
Like, who is this dude? I'm going to kill him.
We'll see.
Turn my wife into an emotional basket case. But I think, Trace, I'd love for you to share that you messaged me today. Like, tell me what has happened since our chat on Saturday, and that you realised that you needed to stop making it about yourself and get yourself out of the way. What has happened?
I did message a friend of mine that I've been thinking about, who you know as well, and she said no pretty much straight away. She said no to that she's not ready to walk the walk, and I sort of didn't let it go. I said to her, look, I really think, I'm not saying this because to be annoying, I said, but I just really think this is something for you, and I know that you know Adam, and we really believe in you, and come on, let's see what it could be for you. And then about half an hour later, she said, I think I need to find out about this shit, but I want to talk to Adam as well. And I said, okay. And yeah, so we actually saw face to face after I messaged you and spoke to her for another hour. And yeah, so it was, bit scary. Yeah, it was good.
It's amazing, girl. It's amazing. I'm so proud of you. And honestly, guys, and one thing I just want to extend that. One is, both of you girls, I'm so proud of you, how full on you played out the other day, because I was definitely not there to stroke your ego. I was definitely, I can see so many of you girls have been here for 6 months, and you have all the potential in the world. I know what you guys can do with this thing if you really want it, and there are so often so many limits in beliefs. I want to also, someone else that I want to commend that I've seen just transform over the last couple of weeks is Lee. Just seeing her just go from kind of treading water to like, if all the kids gone to bed, fuck this, I'm going to start swimming. Like, this is it. I'm going to make sure I start swimming and go for what I want. And it's amazing what starts to show up. I know Trace said to me, oh, it's just lucky or something like that. I'm like, oh, it's not luck. This is not coincidence what just happened. You just owned it. And, I didn't know the depth of it, but you know what Tracy did is that she didn't settle for, look, it's just not for me. She just came from her heart again. She said, you know what? I'm not here to annoy you. I'm here to share this with you because I want to help you. And she stopped making it about her and worrying about what people would think. And she just said, this is how I feel. I want to just tell you how I feel and let you sync with that. And I think that's what happens, guys, when you stop. And the analogy I used, and I think that many of us can relate to this, is there's probably a time in your life where you know someone where you had to break up with him, or, for us boys here, Ben and John and Adam. I know John's never had another girlfriend, his childhood sweetheart there, but so you'll maybe never have to experience this. But there was a time in my life where you needed to break up with that person, right? There's like, you need to break up with this person. It's enough is enough. And then your excuse to not break up with them is because you go, oh, I'm worried that I don't want to hurt them. I just don't want to hurt their feelings. I know they're going to get so upset. I want to tell you, that's the biggest bullshit excuse I've ever heard anyone say about breaking up with someone. Because what it really means is that you don't want to feel a certain way when you hurt them. That's what it actually means, is that you're worried about how you'll feel because they feel like shit because you want to dump them on their ass because you don't want to be with them anymore. Right? So the thing is, this business is similar to this. When you don't want to follow someone up, that you don't want to be consistent in doing that, and you say, oh, I don't want to become annoying, that's bullshit. It is bullshit if you really come from your heart and you want to help them. What you're worried about what they'll think if you do the right thing and follow up. And I'm continually reminded, even to this second, honestly, to this second, a girl, I can tell you guys, I've been following her up since I did Date with Destiny in May, and I followed her up again a couple of days ago, and I said something like, I just saw her pop up. So I messaged her, I don't know, it goes forever. There's lots of my messages compared to hers, I can tell you. It's normally like 2 or 3 to 1. 2 or 3 messages, she gets back to me, message, she doesn't get back to me. Okay, I'll follow up again. Gone, away we go. I don't even know what she said here, but I'm going to read it out. I just said, hey girl, thought of you today. Hope you had a nice weekend. Be great to connect over the next few days. When would be the best time to connect for 20 minutes or so? That's all I said. She's shown a bit of interest. Nothing's really happened, blah, blah, blah. And she said, right, like, yes, so sorry. I've been meaning to, right? So how many people have been meaning to, but you have got yourself in the way to follow them up, right? Like how many people? And they finally, like, been meaning to. Kids in my surgeon appointments is taking over my life right now. Like she definitely wants, she's still interested, but so many of us are like, they didn't message me back that one time. They mustn't be interested. I don't want to become one of this person. I'm out. The fortune is in the follow-up, guys. The follow-up is so important. If they don't get back to you, stop making it about you and do the right thing. Unless, I've said this to you guys time and time again, but if unless you are door knocking or you're cold or you're getting the white pages out. Does anyone know what the white pages are? Maybe I'm showing my age. but you get out wherever you find phone numbers these days. I don't know. But the thing is that unless you're cold calling people, you're not annoying people, right? You're never annoying people because most of the time you guys are taking an interest in people. You can hear that this could be, and you're offering a solution. I think that's really important. So I also set you guys a challenge, I believe, last week. Do you guys remember what it was? What was the challenge? Somebody help. Come on. No challenge. Sounds like you guys have been in massive action around it.
I thought it was the week before. I don't think there was one.
Well, tell me about it, Tony.
I thought
Direct message 3 people.
I thought that I asked you guys, did I not ask you guys? I've obviously working with a few teams. Did I ask you guys to go through all your old people that you never got back to you, and you created a list and a page, and that you were going to reach out to at least 2 of them every day and 2 new people every day? Did I say that? Is that you guys? Okay, great. So how many guys have actually been doing that? Put your hand up and own it. Don't. Oh my God, I'm going. Like, seriously. You guys don't want me here. Do you seriously? Like, it's freaking 8:30 at night. I'm sure there's something you could be watching on TV. Like, honestly, guys, if you think you're going to be successful by turning up on this call every week and then magically you're just going to be, success is going to draw in your laps, I'm telling you, you're not. You're not. You guys must do the activities. So I'm interested to know what gets in your way. Is it that you're worried? Is it that you're still worried what people will think? Is it that you're not putting this high enough on your priority list? Or you're not clear on why you're here? I would say it's one of those. Or you don't believe that you can be successful in this thing. I think there's 1 of 4 things. That it's probably a few of those. But the thing is, guys, without action, stop getting shitty, frustrated, upset that you're not getting the results you want in your business based on the work that you're not doing in your business. You've got to do the work. I'm not on here to spend my, like, I could be like, probably not spooning my wife because she's working as well, but I could be watching, I don't know, Fox Sports News or something. I don't know. I don't get to watch that much, but I could find out what's going on in the world. How bad the Australian cricket team is going to be this time around, something like that. I'm here to help you guys, but I can tell you, I cannot do this for you. I'm here to inspire you guys and get you guys into action, and hopefully you get focused. But honestly, you guys can use this call for 2 reasons. You can use it for inspiration, or you can use it for motivation. And if you're here to get motivated by me, then honestly, stop wasting your time. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to give you guys this warm, fuzzy feeling, oh my God, that was amazing. And you get off it and you probably roll around for an hour or so and like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And then you wake up tomorrow morning and then you're back into the same bullshit life that you've signed up for. And, you've got this thing that you want, but you actually don't really want to do much about it. And then you're going to go to conference in the next 6 months at the Gold Coast conference. If you're still here, if you still haven't, if you haven't got frustrated enough that you're like, this is bullshit, it doesn't work, but the only thing that didn't work is you, right? Or you come to conference and you see all these people walking on the stage, some of these people that are on the Zoom events, and you're like, oh my God, I really want this, but I didn't do anything. What? Do you have to do shit? And I say this like that to you guys, honestly, because there's no secret to this thing. And no, you guys want me to get on here and say, right, you're ready for the real secret, the secret to this business that all the leaders are doing, that honestly not many people know. They're doing shit every day. That's all they're doing. There's no one thing, but they're definitely they're definitely talking to people. They're definitely taking interest. They're definitely giving them an opportunity to come and check out what we're doing, whether they're doing that directly or indirectly, and just creating interest and just check this thing out and just doing that. That's what they're doing. They're putting people in 3-way messages. That's what they're doing. Nothing more.
Adam, I always, sorry, just quickly.
No, good.
I always, for some reason, this thing that Kira said months and months ago has always stuck in my head, and she was saying that she would much rather take on a teamie who is prepared to give her or themselves 15 minutes a day, compared to, say, someone who puts in 2 hours on the weekend or 4 hours on the weekend or something and makes that their like juice plus day. And I think that's such a powerful thing, because it's all about consistency, right? But also it really does only take 15 minutes, especially in the beginning when you're first getting started, to do those high paying activities like following up. And obviously it's going to take a bit longer if you're listening to some personal development or a recording or something, but you can usually do that while you're multitasking with something else anyway. But yeah, it just definitely, like 15 minutes is really all that you need to be following up with those people, sending a couple of direct messages and doing a post or two. Like, that's it.
Yeah. I agree. And honestly, guys, I get it if you're busy. Like, I really do get it. I am empathetic of that, because when I first came into this business, I still had 2 gyms. You know, I had a dozen staff. Kira had just come out of MasterChef, so life was busy there. You know, I was trying to be a good dad still. Like, there was shit going on everywhere, I can tell you. But for me, it was a non-negotiable. I said, I gave up TV. I focused on this at the night times. I did the high priority things first. You know, self-development's awesome, guys. Like, listen to self-development. But if you haven't messaged 2 to 5 people for the day, do not listen to self-development unless, you know, you're getting up early in the morning, you're doing your exercise, and that's when you're listening to it. Unless that's kind of what you do first thing, and you don't want to be messaging people at 5:30 in the morning, you know, especially if the people are stupid enough to sleep with their mobile phones next to them, and, you know, they're vibrating and making stupid noises all night. But the thing is that maybe you're, you know, that's when you're doing your PD, your personal development, but is that you must do the things that you hate the most first, or the things that you don't get around to that you know serves your business the best. For me, you know, it definitely, posting's one of the things that I just always forget to do. You know, so I'm trying to make a habit, like in the morning, just get it done. Go for my, you know, exercise in the morning, get home, do a post, take a photo on the way, do something, and just do a little post, and then it's kind of done. And then usually if I start off that way, I generally later on in the day, I might tend to do that. Like, I think today I might have even done 2 or 3 posts. I don't remember the last time I did that. But it's kind of like you start the day off strong.
I guess from our phone call the other day, Adam, too, something that for me differently that I felt was when I reached out and direct messaged somebody, they said no in a polite way, and I was totally okay with that. I thought, okay, no worries. Like, and it didn't at all affect me one bit. Whereas prior to that, I'm probably thinking, oh, see, I shouldn't have done that. I knew she was going to say that. So now I just feel like an absolute fool for sending a message. Whereas now I got that back. Yeah, it didn't bother me. I'm like, okay, no worries.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, you guys often hear us say, you know, get obsessed with the process, not the outcome. If you're going to get obsessed with every outcome, it's going to be a painful ride. You know, I think so. I listened to this awesome podcast this morning. It's the latest on MLM Nation. This guy's got like a line for everything. But he said every champion once upon a time was a contender. You know, I just love that. You know, every champion once upon a time was a contender. Every champion's prepared to get punched on the journey to becoming a champion. You know, is that you got to understand, guys. If you think you're going to go through this journey and not get no's, then honestly, guys, like even just think about your dating game, except for John and Kylie, of course. But in your dating game, like there was a few like trial runs before you probably found the partner, your partner for life. There was a few trial runs, and maybe we've got a few of us have got a few trial runs still to go. I don't know. But the thing is guys, you didn't stop right then. Maybe some do. I know my mum's so bitter and twisted about men. She's like, I'm never having a man ever again. which is, that's a coaching session in itself. But it's hard to coach your mum. The thing is, guys, is that if you're focused on where you're going, the no's don't count. And the thing is, if you're reaching out to enough people every day, the no's are just a small, significant part of your day every day. And honestly, my experience, if you're doing this in a way that you're really just starting conversations and you're not just like going for the gauntlet every conversation, you're not trying to vomit juice plus on everyone, that I don't really get any no's. I really wait till I've got real permission to share. And if I do it, even if I'm doing the direct response, I'm kind of like, I just can't help but think you might be interested in what I'm doing, based on what I've seen or know about you. And if I was to send you a link to something, would you check it out? So you're making it about them anyway. And most people are open to that as well. I think when you're doing that every day, imagine if you honestly and if you're embarrassed about, oh my God, I didn't do any of that stuff. The thing is that imagine in the next 7 days, you reach out to 2 people that nothing's really eventuated, and 2 new people for the next 7 days. That honestly, guys, last time I checked, but 7 times 4 was 28. So out of 28 people that you reach out to in the next 7 days, I'm going to tell you, the few that don't get back to you, or people that you don't want everyone to get back to you. Because there's that many people that you're reaching out to and talking to that everyone got back to you, probably wouldn't know how to manage it. So you're like, whatever, just keep doing the do. And the more that you're, sharing the mission and being the example, it's amazing what shows up. So I think that's one thing I think is that when your level of activity is at a low level, then all the no's really hurt. Like they're magnified. Because there are so little people that you're actually talking to. But if you're out there just doing the do, you forget. Honestly, you want to get to a point, I don't want to encourage this, but you almost forget about all the people that you spoke to. Like that girl who messaged me just then, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I messaged her like 2 days ago. I forgot about that. Because I'm like just thinking about, and I'll do that now and then. My cousin, who's a single mama. I didn't even know it was my cousin when I met her at Saba. And then she sold me something. And then she's like, we've got the same last name. Do you know that? I'm like, really? I'm like, we must be related because all Westwicks are related in Australia from what I understand. And I found out she's my cousin. And I find out she's a single mama. And I'm like, I did think, oh my God, I would love to be able to help her. But I'm not here to tell people that. And I just, we built a rapport. And then she got very curious. And, again, I'm not there to convince her. I want to love on her like a family member. And but she told me the other day, we've talked about Juice Plus. She's ordered Juice Plus for herself. She loves it, but she kind of hasn't been able to jump right in. And then I just touched base the other day and said, hey, how are you? And how's your week? And she was having some troubles at work. And she said, oh, you'll never guess I quit work. I'm quit. I'm not going back to work from this date. And I said, what are you going to do? Are you finally going to let me teach you how to create an awesome income from home? And she said, yeah, I'm ready now. Let's do this. And so it's that continual follow-up. Now, I don't know if she's going to do it still. Like, it sounds good. I'm not attached to it. I'm not like, oh my God, it's my next rock star. I'd love her to be successful. I'd love to help her, but it's not my job to decide who's going to be successful or not. And I think one thing is, guys, when you start to bring on team, you guys got to understand that sometimes you want it more than they do. And you got to be okay with that and just keep showing up, keep providing, a safe place for them to come to support, but you can't do it for them. And as you guys reach out and do the do, and that you're putting them in front of your front line, you're giving them the steps, you step 1, step 2, step 3, order the products. Are you excited about finding your first couple of customers? Maybe go and watch the Start Strong call. And then once they've done that, get their stake in the ground. What would they love to see land in their bank account? And then give them some simple steps. But you're going to find pretty quickly, have they got desire? Are they teachable? And are they showing up? Are they willing to do it? And you guys got to understand that not everyone that you introduce to the business is going to show up. There are 21 people on this call tonight, but I know inside Kylie's team, there's a lot more than 21 people in here. So not everyone shows up. And everyone's got excuses. but all excuses are equal, guys. It's just about priorities, where you sit this on your priority list. And I know you guys are busy and Christmas is busy and all that sort of stuff, but you got to ask yourself, how important is this to you? Are you really committed? Do you really want this to change your life? Do you really want this to be a $5,000, $10,000 a month income in the next 12 months? Well, you know what? Is that there's only a certain percentage of people that actually get to that position. And I can tell you those people are the ones that put it high on their priority list, like if not 1, 2, right? Family is important, but I do this for my family. I do this for my family. So this is very high on my agenda, and I work out how to balance that out. And I think that's really important. So again, it comes back to your clarity of why you're here. And I think when you're really focused on that, it's often the reasons why, you know, other stuff gets in the way is why you need to make sure. I know for Tracy, it was about, you know, she's so busy, she's got so much going on. I'm like, all the more reason, girl, to put this higher on your priority list, because unless you make change, you're going to be busy for the rest of your life. So it's time to make change. It's time to get yourself out of the way and play full out and go for it. And I'm loving, you know, those guys that are actually playing full out in here. That not all of you guys are seeing the results that you're hoping for, but because I know that there are a whole bunch of you guys that are playing full out and have stepped it up. But it's so cool to hear some of you guys getting some awesome results and starting to really get it. But the thing is, guys, you can't play full out for like 3 days, or even if you've been playing full out for the last 2 weeks. This is the 3rd time I've been on here, I think. Literally, it's only been 14 days. You can't, if you've been playing full out for the last 14 days and you haven't got all the results that you're wanting, then I definitely didn't promise to you that your business would change in 14 days. It takes time. It's going to take, honestly, 6 to 12 months of committed effort that you show up most days, not every day, but most days, and you keep focused on those high-paying activities. Honestly, guys, I know, like, there is nothing that you're missing out on. You just got to do the do. And I think tonight, you know, what I have not, like, when I say what was that task and kind of, well, I can't remember. It's like, uh-oh, I can't remember. Is anyone writing this shit down? Should we like, is anyone watching the recording, Tanika? Like, I don't know.
Well, I'm putting it up every week, so hopefully some are watching it. If they're not on, obviously.
Yeah. I must admit,
honestly,
I did go through my old list and reached out to a few people, but not to the extent that I should have, obviously. But I just did my little tally, and I think it was 12. It's been 13 this week. But 1, 2, 3, 5 of them could potentially turn to teams. So,
awesome.
And we're picking up the Brisbane. We're trying to get Brisbane freestyle happening too.
Yep. I know the guys do an event in Brisbane every Wednesday night.
Yep. I was the one who emailed you, Adam, saying, "Can I start team freestyle in Brisbane?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say, guys, honestly, do you do it with Jay McNamara and the gang?
Yeah. So it's Jay and I and Sam.
Okay. Awesome. Sam Willis. Awesome. Well, Jay messaged me and I said that I would like to come up tomorrow night. So you never know. I feel like I need to do the right thing and come up tomorrow night. So
that would be amazing if you could.
I would love to come up and do an event with you guys live in Brisbane tomorrow night. So,
well, I think we've got it from three people who usually turn up to, I think we're getting it up. I think there's about 10, fingers crossed.
Awesome. I love that.
It's more.
All right. Leave it with me. I'll see how I can work my magic for coming up tomorrow night.
Can I just say, there's a few, I know I've got a few new girls that won't speak up that are on Zoom tonight.
Good.
5 high-paying activities, which I hear quite often, but I'm obviously not doing because I seem to be juice plus, but nothing's happening at the moment. I'm just at a bit of a still. Can you just let them know what they actually are?
Yeah, absolutely. So honestly, guys, and I reckon I've changed this. Like, I keep changing the priority list and how this works. But the number one activity in our business is definitely talking to people. And honestly, guys, if you're serious about this and if you haven't got into action around this, then do yourself a favor and start 2 to 5 new conversations every day. And don't say, I'll start 2 to 5. Just work out what number feels good to you and commit to it. And stop making it about you for not doing it. Oh, what will I look like? Honestly, and I'm not saying go and vomit Juice Plus on these people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying talk to 2 to 5 new people every day and just take an interest in them. How's life? And it's so easy to do it through Facebook, Messenger, and just say hello, how's life, blah, blah, blah. And if you haven't spoken to them for a while and it seems a bit odd, then when they do reply to you, then be honest, be authentic, and just say, you know what? Hey, I'm not sure if you noticed, one of the reasons I reached out, I've started an online business. I absolutely love it. A part of me couldn't help but think that you might be interested in what it's all about, and it might resonate. If I was to send you a link to something to check it out, would you at least take the time to just have a look at it? And then they say, yeah, sure, send me it. I'd love to check it out. And then send them the link to one of the events. And you guys have now got, like, Kira and I got the Sunday night event down to like 35 minutes. So, you know, you guys could just send that one out. It's a bit shorter, and we're definitely going to work on getting some ones that are even shorter than that, under 30 minutes. It's definitely one of our goals. So number one activity, talk to people. The second most important activity, and some of you guys have experienced that, is follow people up. Follow people up. You've done the hard work. You've created interest. You've created intrigue, curiosity, and then you won't follow them up. Someone said to me today, I think they said, what do you think about Facebook ads, Dan? I'm like, I would not do them if you're not doing the 5 high-paying activities. Because if you're not prepared to follow up, why would you do ads? What a waste of money. What a waste of money that is if you're not following up and following the fundamentals. So honestly, guys, the fortune's in the follow-up. And, you know, I explained to you guys there twice in the last 24 hours, me just following people up, doing the right thing, going back, touching base again, is that 2 people today come back to me and said, you know what? Yes, okay, let's talk about this more. And this time of the year, guys, people are feeling the pinch. They're feeling a bit more. They're like, shit, I need to make more money. This is definitely a great time to be talking about the business to people. The third high-paying activity is definitely sharing. Now, I don't care how you do that, but you're sharing stories. Obviously, social media is a great way to share your experience, your journey, all that sort of stuff. But it's the same with when people ask you, oh, how was your night last night? What did you do? Tomorrow when you go to work, you say it was awesome. You say it was awesome. I had some I've got an online business. I love it. And I just had some training, and some of the guys that are on it, they're doing amazing stuff with it, like creating multiple 6-figure incomes. You know, some are on the verge of creating a 7-figure income doing this online business. It's really exciting. That's all you need to say, guys. People are like, that are intrigued. They're like, what is it? Like, what's the online business? You're like, yeah, I love it. It helps us create an extra income from home, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, what do you ask? What gets your interest? So you turn it back on them. Ask them what's got them interest. Why are they curious? Yeah, I'd love to create something like that and blah, blah, blah. If you want, I'll send you a link to it. Check it out. So you get good at sharing your stories. You get good at doing it online. You know, taking a selfie tonight. Love the idea of creating an extra income online. What's such an easy, smart way to do. People are like, what the hell are you doing these days? When you're starting conversation, guys, and the stuff that you're doing on social media, it creates conversation. People start to ask you, what are you doing these days? It looks really exciting. It looks fun. People think that, honestly, when I speak to some people, they're like, man, are you involved in are you a leader of a cult somewhere? I've seen you on stage and people are saying shit about you on Facebook. Like, are you ahead of some cult? I'm like, no, I'm not ahead of some cult. It's kind of like a cult. You know, everyone's having a good time and everyone's into it. I think the fourth high-paying activity is obviously events and getting on events and getting to events and immersing yourself into this journey and getting on this event every week. But if you guys have got live events in your area, you know, not sitting at home on a Thursday night. If you're on the Gold Coast, coming to the event on Thursday night and treating this like a business. If you were working for someone and they had a meeting every Thursday night, it would be a non-negotiable. You have to go. It's a non-negotiable. So why are you treating this like it's a hobby? Like, oh, I go when I have to, you like it, you know, when I've got people. Honestly, guys, if you're coming to the event when you've got people and you don't come because you don't have people, then you're making this business about you. And what I've noticed is that when you make this business about you and not about everyone else, is it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if you keep turning up, you'll keep growing your level of belief, the stories, your energy changes. And honestly, guys, when people talk to me about this thing, they can feel that I'm convinced this is the smartest way ever. And people can't deny that, and they want to be more a part of it. So if you want to, what I know is the #1 earners in our team that live on the Gold Coast, the #1 earners on the Gold Coast are always at Thursday night event. And I don't think it's any surprise that Kylie and Tanika's business is like growing in leaps and bounds every month right now. They were a bit resistant. They were a bit like, you know, a bit seasonal in the beginning when they came to the event. And at the times that I know when they have come to the event, their business has taken off. I remember when they were coming consistently to Linda's, their business was taking off. Then they took their foot off and they didn't kind of commit as much. Then their business slowed down. Like, is that a coincidence? No. That's what happens when you're all in and you treat it like a business. That's what I know. So get to the live events and then look after your customers. You know, your customers, without customers, we don't have a business. And I can tell you guys, you give your customers an awesome experience and they start getting great results. And, you know, you can ask them great questions like, have people around you noticed results? You know, have they, and, you know, if you're ever interested about finding a way how to get your product for free, or even better yet, creating an extra stream of income through sharing what the things that you love about this already, you know, let me know. I'd love to send you know, send some info or send a link to you to check out. Let me know. And often some of your best team members, guys, are customers and you got no idea yet. They come with massive belief around the product and program and they're ready to share it. They've already got great results and they're away. So really important. So they are the 5 high-paying activities. Honestly, guys, there are 3 elements to success, and I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but they are desire and vision. Have absolute desire and vision of where you want to go. The second is be teachable. Stop thinking you know everything. Surrender to it. It works. Go and listen to GoPro. Surrender to it. Put your upline in 3-way messages when people are interested. Stop trying to do it all by yourself and let us help you, because I know when you guys start being resourceful and start surrendering to it, that's when magic starts to happen. And the third high-paying activity is be consistent. Like Tanika said, it's not spend a day on this and disappear from a week. It's finding 15 minutes to half an hour every day to focus on those high-paying activities and just keep doing the do. Don't get obsessed with the outcome. Get obsessed with the process. You got no idea who's watching you. You got no idea what people are thinking when you message them. Just when you think there's no way they're interested, you follow up them one more time and you're like, oh my God, you've got to follow up on people. It's so true. And I continue to keep reminding myself of that, guys. I'm not perfect by far, like a long way from perfect. I have the same thing, guys. At times I, don't follow up people as much as I could be. I forget about people, whatever. But I'll continue to work on getting better and better, and the results get better and better. But I can tell you guys, there is nothing that in the next 12 months to 2 years that you could be doing part-time stolen moments that could be what this could be. And every single one of you guys have got the potential in the next 12 months to 2 years, if you treat this like a business and play full out, every single one of you guys could be earning $4,000, $8,000, or possibly $30,000, $40,000 a month. And I know some of you guys are like, whoa. And I know some of you guys to even think like that. But honestly, guys, 18 months ago, Kira decided, well, it's not 18 months. It'll be 2 years in the next month. So just short of 2 years, Kira decided to give this thing a go after watching me for a little while. And we had a meeting with our accountant today, and he's like, holy shit, what are you guys doing? And we need to work out how the hell to protect all this money that you guys are earning. And, you know, to think that Kira is now earning $30,000 to $35,000 a month comfortably every month now, just 2 years on. Honestly, guys, why can't it be you? Why can't it be you? If you decide it can be you, then it could be you, but you've got to play full out. And some of you guys are going to be here in 2 years on and thank God you did it. And some of you guys are going to be here, maybe still, maybe not, and go, why the fuck didn't I? It's up to you. I want to say big thank you. Yeah.
I had a potential ask me today what effects the business has on taxable income and family tax benefit when you first start. I've only been in for not quite 60 days, so I'm a bit unsure.
I don't know the rules around family tax benefit, but I do know there are people in the Team Freestyle that do. So you could definitely, I would go and ask that question in Team Freestyle. Is there anyone that is on the family tax benefit that has had to work around that earning? You know, I'd love to be able to learn a bit more about that, because there are some people. But it is a business, right?
Yeah.
So it's a taxable income. But really, I think early on, running this business at a loss is pretty easy early on, because there are lots of, if you don't already have a job, there are lots of expenses within this business that you are already paying for, like mobile phone, internet, coffee with your girlfriends, all those things that you could I'm not an accountant, so I'm not giving you financial advice, but there are lots of things that people aren't claiming on tax that they could be claiming, that they could, you know, potentially be running this business at a loss very easily early on.
Yep.
And so family tax benefit, from what I understand, this is a business, and therefore you can't be taxed on your gross income. It's on your net profit. So from my understanding. So
I'll ask on Team Freestyle anyway, because she's only just gone back to work. She's got a 6-month-old bub who she doesn't want to have in childcare.
Yeah, awesome. Excited. And just put her in front of your leaders. You know, we're here to help you guys. Reach out to your upline. Let them help you with those conversations if she's seen an event, and go from there.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, guys, I have still got 2 more calls tonight, so I better get off. I've got a 9 o'clock and a 9:30, so I'm going to have to fly. Great to connect with you guys. Excited for what the next 7 days are. So I'm just going to give you guys the same challenge, 2 and 2. Reach out to 2 new people every day and 2 follow-ups for the next 7 days. And honestly, guys, play full out. It is so worth it. It's not funny. This is end of month time. This is where magic happens. You know, I did a thing on reports the other day, and I know inside this team, as I was going through reports, I'm sorry I shared your numbers with some of the leaders, but I went through Tanika's report and I was just showing them how to read the report. And then I noticed there are 2 people that could get to SDDF this month that could literally unlock about $5,000 or $6,000 worth of bonuses within the team pretty easily. So I'm sure Tanika may have reached out to you guys about that, but work your reports and make magic happen. And that's what creates culture for your team in the future. Tanika?
Sorry, Dave thought I was on mute. Sorry, he's like going, did he? Do you know that? No, yeah, I haven't I've just kind of had a look at my reports today to just go over what you were actually talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've kind of worked out who I need to reach out to and what they need to do if they're willing to make this try and happen by the end of the month. So definitely get onto that tomorrow.
Yeah. Was it Katie that had like $3,000 worth of bonuses on the line?
No, it was Carly. So it was like Kirby, then Leah, Tony, Carly. Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
Don't forget about me for Christmas if you unlock all that.
Be right.
See you guys. Ciao.
Thanks,
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.